Welcome to Stoic Wisdom GB, a channel dedicated to timeless Stoic philosophy for modern life. Here we explore strength, discipline, and inner peace through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Learn to master your mind, control your emotions, and live with purpose. This is Stoic Wisdom GB. Have you ever found yourself feeling like nothing more than a stepping stone or a ladder in someone else's journey? It's a disconcerting experience, one that often lurks beneath the surface of what we perceive as genuine relationships. In this world where we yearn to see and believe in the inherent goodness of others, it becomes increasingly challenging to discern the authenticity of our connections. Beneath the facade, there are often subtle yet unmistakable signs and words used by those who view us merely as instruments for their own objectives. In this video, we're diving into the heart of this topic, unraveling the attitudes of a person who only uses you and doesn't care about you. We'll closely examine 10 pivotal attitudes that signal someone's indifference towards you and their intent to exploit your kindness. Join us as we strip away the masks of these false friends and reveal the truth hidden in plain sight. Understanding and recognizing these behaviors is key to fostering a healthy, positive environment for yourself. Number 1. Recognizing these attitudes. Navigating the often unpredictable and complex seas of human nature is akin to mastering an art form, one that demands both keen intuition and accumulated experience. Throughout this journey, we cross paths with a myriad array of personalities. Some of these individuals become a source of enrichment, infusing our lives with joy and value, while others, unfortunately, bring only detriment and pain. Discerning when someone is merely using us for their own benefit can be a difficult and often painful realization, not as straightforward as one might hope. Yet, the act of recognizing these exploitative attitudes is a critical first step in reclaiming our self-worth and setting up the necessary boundaries for healthy interactions. In this intricate journey of deciphering true intentions and relationships, a fundamental truth stands out. Every individual deserves relationships that are based on mutual respect and reciprocity. We will persist in unraveling the intricacies of human interactions, enhancing our understanding of behavioral patterns and emotional dynamics. The foundation of healthier, more rewarding relationships is rooted in recognition, proactive action, and above all in respecting both yourself and those around you. Number 2, selective availability. This phenomenon manifests when someone is consistently available whenever they need something from you, but becomes conspicuously absent when you're in need of their support. Imagine this. You're always the go-to person for advice, help, or a listening ear. You generously offer emotional support, do favors, and give your time and attention without hesitation. Yet, when the tables turn, and you find yourself in need of support, their response is nothing short of a resounding silence. Your messages go unanswered, your calls unreturned, or at best, they skillfully deflect the conversation. This recurring pattern fosters an unhealthy imbalance, a one-way street where your dedication and care seem to vanish into a void. This dynamic not only signifies a glaring lack of regard, but also an intentional indifference to your needs and emotions. Selective availability thus acts as a revealing mirror, showcasing a harsh truth. The individual in question is present solely at their convenience. This lopsided relationship cultivates feelings of disappointment and resentment, turning the bond into an uneven scale, heavily tilted to one side. The realization and acknowledgement of this imbalance are crucial. It prompts the question: are we part of a genuinely reciprocal and enriching relationship, or merely a convenient option for someone else's needs? Here, esteem come into sharp focus, urging us to reevaluate our boundaries. It challenges us to discern whether mutual respect and reciprocity are truly the pillars of our relationship, or if we are just unwitting participants in a one-sided emotional transaction. If you're navigating the complex of relationships and seeking to identify the attitudes of a person who only uses you and doesn't care about you, you're taking a crucial step towards self-awareness and emotional resilience. Express your commitment to understanding and protecting yourself from such toxic behaviors by commenting, "Empowered awareness." Don't stop here. Stay engaged for more insights and guidance on fostering healthier, more respectful relationships. Join us in this enlightening journey. Share your thoughts on the topics we explore, and make sure to watch till the end of the video. A path of learning and personal growth awaits you. Stay tuned for a revealing segment on a subtle yet critical aspect of relationships that might just change how you view your connections. Are you being valued or just used? Find out later in our podcast. Number 3, the lack of personal interest. In genuine friendships and sincere connections, there's a hallmark of true engagement, an authentic curiosity in our lives, our feelings, and our experiences. These friends immerse themselves in our stories, celebrate our successes, and stand with us through our struggles, showing genuine enthusiasm and support. Conversely, a stark contrast is seen in those whose interest is superficial or opportunistic. Such individuals seldom inquire about your day, your inner thoughts, or your aspirations. Their engagement in conversations is often self-centered. Discussions, if they occur at all, are dominated by their experiences and desires, or are confined to shallow topics devoid of any real emotional or personal substance. This pattern of interaction indicates a troubling disconnect. You might start to feel as though your voice and your experiences are only valued when they serve these one-sided interests. In such relationships, your role is diminished to being a mere spectator of their life story or a means to their ends. The absence of genuine curiosity and empathy from their end is a clear indication that your worth to them is conditional, based on what you can provide rather than who you are as a person. Acknowledging this can be a painful realization, yet it's a vital step for self-reflection and safeguarding your dignity. It begs the question, are you engaged in a mutually beneficial and sincere exchange, or are you merely a peripheral character in someone else's drama? The absence of personal interest in a relationship is a significant red flag, one that should prompt you to reassess your connections and gravitate towards environments where you are wholly valued and respected. How do you differentiate between a relationship that genuinely values you for who you are and one that is based on superficial or opportunistic interests? Share your thoughts on the characteristics that define a truly authentic and sincere connection. Number 4, guilt and manipulation. A fourth signal often emerges, shedding light on a darker aspect of relationships: the use of guilt and manipulation. This tactic of manipulation manifests in various forms, but its essence remains consistent: to coerce or persuade someone into complying with the manipulator's desires, often at the expense of their own well-being. Picture yourself frequently encountering situations where you're subtly yet intensely pressured to acquiesce to demands or requests. Alternatively, you might notice the other person adeptly manipulating your emotions, almost as if they're puppeteers pulling your strings to serve their own ends. Common phrases like, "If you were really my friend, you would do this," or "I would do the same for you," are wielded as sharp weapons in this emotional warfare, exploiting your kindness and empathy. These tactics of manipulation are particularly insidious, often cloaked in the guise of normalcy or a sense of obligation. They aim to sow seeds of doubt about your perceptions and feelings, leading you to question whether it's your duty to succumb to their demands. This is a perilous path where your emotional integrity and self-esteem are at risk of being slowly but surely undermined. In contrast, it's vital to remember that healthy relationships are rooted in trust, mutual respect, and the freedom to express and attend to individual needs without fear or undue pressure. When you find yourself repeatedly trapped in these manipulative schemes, it's time for a serious reassessment. Such moments call for questioning the viability of the relationship and considering the establishment of healthier, more respectful boundaries. Confronting and recognizing the presence of manipulation in a relationship is a courageous act, one that is fundamental in safeguarding your emotional health and self-worth. It's a declaration of self-empowerment, affirming your right not to be manipulated or guilt-tripped, and making choices that are in your best interest. The solution lies in acknowledging the harmful patterns of guilt and manipulation, understanding their impact on your emotional well-being, and taking decisive steps to establish boundaries that protect your integrity and self-esteem. This realization empowers you to foster healthier relationships based on mutual respect and genuine understanding, rather than coercion and emotional exploitation. Stay tuned for an eye-opening segment on recognizing and handling disrespect in relationships, a crucial insight for any man over 30. You won't want to miss this later in our podcast. Number 5, the peer, the persistent lack of respect. This lack of respect is not just an occasional oversight. It is a recurring theme that undermines the very essence of meaningful interactions. In any significant relationship, respect should be a foundational, unwavering principle, a two-way street where both parties demonstrate mutual consideration and esteem through their actions. In relationships where one is habitually taken for granted, this essential element of respect is often conspicuously absent. Picture yourself repeatedly caught in scenarios where your plans are disregarded at the last moment, or the other person habitually arrives late, or, in the worst cases, fails to show up at all. In these situations, it becomes apparent that there's an implicit expectation for you to constantly adapt to their needs and whims, often at the expense of your own. This consistent pattern of overlooking your needs and time vividly illustrates how little your role is valued in this dynamic. These behaviors form a tapestry of selfishness and inconsideration. It's crucial to acknowledge that to err is human. We all may occasionally act in self-centered ways. The defining factor that separates a person who is genuinely using you from others is the chronic nature of these behaviors, coupled with a glaring absence of acknowledgement or any effort towards change. Navigating through the complexities of human relationships, it's imperative to arm oneself with self-awareness and assertiveness. These qualities act as shields, safeguarding us from exploitation and manipulation. Recognizing the signs of a detrimental relationship is an essential step in reevaluating these connections and in taking proactive measures to protect your emotional and mental well-being. This knowledge and comprehension are vital in cultivating healthier, more respectful, and mutually beneficial relationships. Number 6, superficial bonding. This sign is especially deceptive, skillfully concealing the relationship's real depth or lack thereof. You might find yourself in interactions that barely scratch the surface, where conversations seem to dance around trivial matters, avoiding the plunge into deeper, more personal realms. Such individuals often maintain a fortress around their vulnerabilities and keep their emotions under a strict lock and key. This creates an invisible barrier, hindering the relationship from blossoming into a deeper bond of trust and friendship. It's like being trapped in an endless beginning, where, despite the passage of time, you realize that you hardly know this person beyond their shallow exterior. This realization points to a stark truth. For the other person, this relationship isn't a priority or a means to genuinely share life's experiences and emotions. Recognizing this shallow nature is crucial for your emotional well-being. It invites you to ponder the real value and depth of your relationships, challenging you to ask yourself, are you investing your time and energy into a relationship that can foster mutual growth? Or are you merely clinging to a mirage of connection that fails to evolve into something more meaningful? Understanding the presence of a superficial bond is a pivotal guide in making wise choices. It empowers you to safeguard your peace of mind and direct your efforts towards relationships that promise true reciprocity and depth. The quality of our connections defines the richness of our lives, and recognizing these shallow bonds is a vital step in nurturing relationships that are both enriching and authentic. Coming up, we explore a defining aspect of relationships, the presence or absence in life's toughest times. It's an eye-opening segment for anyone seeking deeper connections. Later in our podcast. Number 7, absence in crucial moments. A particularly poignant sign emerges as a guidepost for understanding their depth, the absence in crucial moments. This telling signal cuts through the facade, revealing the genuine substance of a relationship not during the calm, sunny days, but rather in the tempests of life. It's in the throes of adversity, be it illness, personal loss, or intense stress, that the real character of a bond is truly tested. Picture yourself in the midst of one of these harrowing times, instinctively looking for support and understanding from those you count as friends or partners. In these moments of vulnerability, instead of the support you yearn for, there's a palpable void. You're met with a noticeable absence, maybe sprinkled with superficial condolences or generic expressions of sympathy, which ring hollow, more a social formality than a heartfelt gesture of empathy. This recurring pattern, where emotional and physical support is painfully sparse or entirely absent when most needed, is a stark alarm bell. It lays bare an uncomfortable truth. The relationship might be lopsided, with you pouring in emotional resources while the other party remains aloof, particularly when it's their turn to reciprocate. The absence in key moments acts as a revealing mirror, reflecting the core nature of the relationship. It's not merely about the physical absence, it's the evident lack of empathy, the emotional detachment, and the stark indifference that resonate loudly. Such disregard not only erodes the emotional fabric of the relationship, but also raises critical questions about its fundamental worth and the genuineness of the connection. This understanding is crucial, as it impels us to reevaluate our relationships and seek those where mutual support and empathy are not just promised, but actively practiced. Number 8. Suddenly being unusually nice whenever they want something. A eighth signal subtly yet unmistakably indicating the exploitation. A sudden shift to unusual niceness when something is desired. This pattern is characteristic of individuals who typically exhibit a cold, indifferent demeanor, but undergo a remarkable transformation, showering you with care and attention, a stark contrast to their usual behavior. This change often precedes a request for your help or support, revealing a calculated approach to relationships. Imagine consistently finding yourself in a situation where the balance of give and take seems heavily skewed in favor of the other person. You're always the one making sacrifices, bending over backwards to meet their needs, and compromising your own comfort, all in the pursuit of maintaining what you believe to be a genuine connection, be it friendship or love. This constant state of imbalance, where your efforts and sacrifices far outweigh what you receive in return. It suggests that you are being blatantly exploited, a pawn in the other person's game of self-interest. Such relationships are draining, both emotionally and physically, as they require a continuous outpouring of your resources with minimal or no reciprocation. The solution lies in valuing your own worth and refusing to be swayed by these sudden displays of affection that are merely a prelude to self-serving requests. This lesson empowers you to seek and cultivate relationships grounded in mutual respect and genuine care, where the give and take is balanced and both parties benefit equally. A relationship should enhance your life, not leave you perpetually drained and questioning your worth. Number 9. You feel uncomfortable around them. The feeling of discomfort in someone's presence. It's a testament to the incredible intuition our bodies possess, offering silent yet profound insights about our surroundings and the people we interact with. This intuitive sense, a natural barometer of our comfort levels, should never be overlooked or underestimated. Think about those moments when you're sharing aspects of your life or discussing your opportunities with certain individuals, and you're struck by a persistent sense of restlessness or unease. This unspoken tension that hangs in the air could be an indication of a deeper mistrust or a sense of insecurity in their presence. It's a warning sign, a silent alarm that perhaps this person isn't someone you should hastily categorize as a close friend or family member. Later in our podcast, discover how your intuition can be the key to safeguarding your relationships and inner peace. Don't miss this insightful segment on the power of trusting your instincts. Our feelings are often the clearest indicators of our well-being in any given situation. They are the silent guardians of our peace and integrity, alerting us to potential emotional hazards. It's crucial to listen to these subtle cues. By honoring and heeding these feelings, you protect yourself from potential emotional pitfalls and preserve the sanctity of your inner circle. Trusting your instincts is not just an act of self-preservation. It's an essential step in building a circle of relationships based on genuine trust, respect, and mutual understanding. In a world where sincerity can sometimes be scarce, this intuitive wisdom is your most reliable guide in navigating the complexities of human relationships. Number 10. Reestablish relationships. The necessity to reevaluate and rebuild connections to ensure they're grounded in mutual respect and support. Acknowledging the pain of this realization is vital, as it's a crucial step towards protecting one's dignity and emotional well-being. Confronting the reality of unbalanced relationships propels us to reassess and strive for more equitable bonds, where support and presence are reciprocally shared. The initial step is to recognize concerning signs in our interactions. What truly shapes the nature and future of these relationships is how we respond to these observations. In times of need, when support and solidarity are most crucial, the absence of someone who should stand with us can unveil a harsh truth about the nature of our bond. These challenging moments test the sincerity and depth of our connections, revealing the lack of emotional commitment in those who may be using us. To foster healthier and more balanced relationships, establishing clear boundaries is essential. The ability to say no is a cornerstone of any healthy interaction. When feeling uncomfortable or under pressure, it's crucial to communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. This practice of defining and maintaining your personal limits is a form of self-respect and a way to preserve your emotional health. In situations where you feel exploited, open and honest communication is key. Addressing the issue calmly and directly, expressing your feelings without casting blame, can help clarify misunderstandings and potentially prompt the other person to reconsider and modify their behavior. Seeking external support in navigating the emotional intricacies of an unbalanced relationship is also important. Consulting trusted friends, family, or professionals can offer valuable perspectives, support, and guidance. Every individual deserves relationships characterized by respect and reciprocity. Identifying and addressing situations where your needs and interests are overlooked is critical for bolstering your emotional well-being. Learning to manage these challenges empowers you to build and maintain more fulfilling and rewarding relationships based on mutual respect, empathy, and effective communication. By acknowledging the signs of imbalanced relationships and taking proactive measures, you are safeguarding yourself and fostering healthier interactions. It's crucial to remember that your worth is not determined by others' treatment of you, but is inherent and reinforced by how you handle situations where respect and consideration are lacking. As we conclude our exploration of the attitudes of a person who only uses you and doesn't care about you, it's clear that understanding and addressing these signals is crucial for your emotional well-being and self-respect. The journey towards healthier, more balanced relationships begins with you recognizing these signs and taking action to protect your dignity. If you've found value in our discussion, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications to ensure you never miss out on our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to delve into the complexities of relationships and personal growth. Your engagement and support are what drive us to uncover more insights and strategies to enhance your life journey. Join us as we navigate these waters together, empowering you to build connections that truly respect and value who you are. If this helped you grow stronger today, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Stay calm, stay focused, stay disciplined. Stoic Wisdom, GB.